Liberty's gymnastics team has been training all fall semester to prepare for its spring season. And now that the spring semester is upon us, the team has come out firing with a strong start in its first bit of competition.
First meet, we were at Clemson. I really didn't know how it was going to go. You know, the way they calculate team scores, they have three athletes per event. You basically count your three highest scores. But luckily, our two top girls really hit and had a good meet and went first and second in the all-around, so they were the top two kids in the meet. And then the younger ones, the newer team members, really pulled their weight and helped out on that third score on all the events. But we ended up winning the meet by a little over a point, which is quite a bit in gymnastics. So overall, it was a very successful weekend, considering we have a lot of room for improvement too.
Coming back just a couple weeks ago was a little tough to get ready for the first meet, but I was excited to get out there and compete. I managed to place on the vault, third on vault, so that was pretty cool. But plenty of room for improvement, clean up a couple things, and looking towards the rest of the season and nationals in Texas, which will be pretty cool.
So this year we focused on coming into the gym and working as hard as we could while we were here. So we didn't actually condition in this gym, but instead we had those weekly workouts and we had to complete them on our own time. It was cardio heavy and weight heavy, and every week it was like a little bit different, but it made sure that you were on top of your physical peak performance and making sure to eat right, and we would send that to the coach to make sure to keep us accountable.
I think that's the hard adjustment we have here with the way our season works. They're off a lot at Christmas, and then they come back in and they got to get right to it. And it's tough if they haven't been in the gym training while they were at home or wherever they were for the holidays. So we kind of have to fast track it for this month here. Is usually a little interesting to get them back in, because it is a year-round sport.
With the team being one of club sport's smaller teams, these group of athletes have an interesting team dynamic, as the women's squad has 6 members to the men's 2 members.
So we are a smaller team, which is good for unity, I would say. You get to know everybody really well. When we have team Bible study, you can really open up about the things that are weighing on your heart because you trust those people and you're with them all the time. So yeah, it's just a really good dynamic. Everybody works together, and the females especially, we have like our own group chat and whatnot, and yeah, so that's very cool.
Kind of interesting just because there's a lot of girls. It's just me and Cameron, so a lot of times Tim will have to focus on the girls because with all the girls they need a lot more help than we do. He helps me out a lot, I help him out a lot, then Tim will come over and add in.
We kind of operate, and it's called the NAIGC, the National Association Intercollegiate Gymnastic Clubs, and it kind of follows loosely off of how the Junior Olympic program runs through level 9. So it's a little lower, just a step below NCAA. Liberty runs it pretty uniquely compared to the rest of the schools in the country. They take it pretty serious. The kids are very lucky. We're all very lucky to have the support that the school gives us. We have a budget. We can travel. We don't have to worry about things like that. Whereas a lot of colleges that do club teams, they're paying for it out of their own pocket or doing fundraisers to go do it. So we have a really good club team.
For some of these athletes, they have seen a lot of changes in the gymnastics program, including changing facilities and coaches.
When I came in, I kind of trimmed the numbers down when I came in and made it a little more efficient. There were a lot of kids involved in it. The first year I came in, over 30. And while that sounds great and all, we weren't getting a really good product out of it because it was just too much to pay attention to. So now we've really trimmed it down. We've only got 6 girls this year and 2 guys. We're a little lower than I want to be, but at the same time, I'm only going to have athletes that are going to help the team. Last year we ended up as the first time the team had ever qualified to a finals at national championships, and ended up ranked 4th in the country, and we had 3 girls that were in the top 15 of the country by the end of it as well. So we had a really good run. Now the guys are a little different. It's harder to find guys anymore in gymnastics, but they really do. For being on their own, just being the only 2 guys, they hang in there pretty well. I'm pretty proud of them for sticking with it.
Being on the gymnastics team for me has meant a lot because it's been kind of my whole life. I grew up doing gymnastics since I was very little. Being part of a team has, its ups and downs. We're going strong and trying to finish our senior years out strong, and we're glad to have both facilities. This facility has the foam pits that help us train some bigger skills, which is awesome, and the other facility has some really nice equipment itself that's just good to work on. So it's a good dynamic really right now for us, so we're just happy with the way things are going.
With the short season, the team is looking to continue to improve at each competition, so they are ready to build off the team's strong and impressive showing at last season's national championships.
Right now we're just trying to keep our scores up for the first couple meets and then have a pretty good gap where try to throw in some new skills for the last nationals, because this is my last year, so I'm going to try to get some skills that I haven't been able to do before.
I would definitely like to improve further than 4th place, because we did lose 2 people last year that were very beneficial to the team, but we have 3 promising freshmen, or 2 freshmen and a sophomore that joined the team at the beginning of this year.
We have one more event we're looking at in March, and then we'll be at Nationals in April. So between now and then, it's just going to be a numbers game, getting them in, keeping them healthy, and keeping their numbers up so they can build some confidence. Because it's little, by the time we get to the end of the year, it comes down to half of a tenth to win a meet or take an event. So it's every little stuck landing or pointed foot that makes a big difference.